your office, their return calls, your office.
Thank you.
Well, I'm sorry, but it is. Okay, my name is Catherine Classen. I live on Hummingbird Lane. I'm here to address an important issue, our roads. The road, once you get past this, is really small and with their terrible. They did not fill in the potholes. Haphazardly, they're starting to wear them down. We noticed a few days ago. Where Branch Road connects to Hummingbird, most of those vehicles don't even, they ignore the stop signs. They come barreling through. And I'll tell you right now, if I get hit, there's going to be a lawsuit. Because there's no reason for any of this. I know you all only give them the money. And I appreciate having the undivided attention because it's only being paid attention. I know you give them the money, but you need to be held accountable. I want to know where that money is, what roads got fixed, so forth and so on. You guys give the money, you need to be accountable. You need to say, this is what needs done. It's not right to us. We live back there. Any of you all were really callous with me, by the way. I was very nice with. I'm sorry I'm sounding really curt right now. I'm pretty ticked off. Cursed me the day he was there. My husband's sitting out in the car, and he's a witness to that. Okay? And it ain't right. We live here, we pay taxes, we take care of things. You all need to start looking out for us. Those roads need to be looked at, they need to be done. And I hope you will call me and come out and look at the road. I have called several times to your office. You have never returned one phone call.
That's new me, ma'am.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I have called several times. My neighbor Lynn said, you're a good man. I told Lynn, what good man is he? He won't even return a phone call.
I have received as well.
Well, your secretary took several messages. I hope so. I mean, I'm sorry. I really do want to know where this money went. I would like to have a copy of the budget you gave them, of the money you gave them. And I want to know from that office where it went and what roads got fixed. Because our road is bad. It's an accident waiting to happen. And I don't want to be the one involved in it because, like I said, there will be a lawsuit. I know you all only give me money, but the bottom line is it needs to stop right here. I'm a little thorn in y'all's side. I'm not going nowhere. So better something needs to be done. Because I will be here every month if I have to. Okay? You think it's funny?
Yeah, I do.
Why?
No, it's just
Well, I don't think it's
good.
funny.
We got one vote, that's all we got. We're nobody's boss.
You give them the money though, don't you?
We're nobody's boss. Read the guy.
I don't care. You
We're
can't
not,
give them the money.
we're not gonna have any arguments. If you have something to state, you state it. You got a couple more minutes.
I do not appreciate his attitude. I know
Okay.
I'm mad right now, and I'm sorry. But you are the boss. Not, you may say you're not, but you give them the money, do you not?
Ma'am, is this a way, Hummingbird Way?
Yeah, it's either way or lane. It's either one.
It's what, it's,
Way or lane. It's classified under both when you look at it. One says lane and one says way. When you come up off Maple, when you come on up, around the bend.
The reason you didn't get a call back is because I remember now, my secretary did address this. Hummingbird Way is a private road. The county cannot put money into a private road.
Okay, well, that's not private road because up above us, there's all kinds of wetlands up there. That is
By
not private.
definition, way is a private road by definition.
Okay, but ours is Hummingbird Way. That is what it states.
You told us it was.
And it says some places say way. It depends on who you ask. So there needs to be clarification on that too. What, is it way or lane?
That's why you haven't received a call back, because you received your answer when you called us that that is a private road.
I was not told it's private road. And it's not a private road. You've got all kinds of homes being built up there and everything. There's no way that's a private road. That's a county road. And this does need to be addressed. And he needs to realize, yes, you are the boss. Even though you say you're not this way, you are.
that's the, one more minute.
I mean, I don't think it's a joke at all. Maybe you should be in a car coming around there and almost get hit. Do you think it's so funny? I have to pray God does have you. Y'all are nothing but a joke.
Thank you, ma'am, for your time.
But you pay for it when you're here.
reading the ordinance at this time.
All right, Cocke County Legislative Body is now in session. Chairman Gorman presiding, Mayor Rob Mathis present.
Mr. Bass, please.
Thank you. Heavenly Father, thank you for this beautiful day. Thank you for allowing us to be in this place at this time. Help us, Father, to make good decisions for the county people and help us to respect each other and give you all the glory, Father. Thank you for loving us and taking care of us. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, first thing on the agenda tonight is roll call. So this time, if you'll, and 2. Next thing on the agenda is approval of minutes. We have a motion to approve. Do we have a motion to approve? Is it on the tablets? Does anybody make a motion on the tablet to approve? It's not showing up. Mr. Ford.
You might have skipped the motion.
So, we have a motion by Mr. Ford to approve. We have a second. Ms. Blazer, all those in favor vote yes at this time, please. All those opposed vote no. That motion carried. Next thing on the agenda is the elections, appointments, and reports of notaries. Gail Saunders and Michael A. McCarter. We have a motion to approve. A motion by Mr. Esslinger and seconded by Mr. Miller. Any discussion? Any questions? If not, vote please. That motion carried. B, in a matter of accepting the following quarterly reports. Juvenile Court, General Sessions Court, Circuit Court, and a copy was enclosed. We have a motion to approve. Motion by Mr. Vassar, second by Mr. Kemplin. Do we have any discussion? Any questions? If not, we'll vote this time. That motion carried, 12-2. The matter of accepting the following annual reports, Register of Deeds and Chancery Court. That copy is enclosed. We have a motion to approve. Mr. Bryant made a motion, Ms. Blazer seconded. Any questions? We'll vote at this time. That motion carried. In the matter of any committee reports, budget.
Mr. Chairman, attached in your packets were the copies of the transfers and amendments for the county. The budget committee did not meet this month.
We have a motion to approve. Motion from Mr. Ford, second from Mr. McMahon. Any questions or discussion? If not, we'll vote at this time. Should be able to vote now. That motion carried.
Mr. Chairman, attached are also the transfers and amendments for the school system.
We have a motion to approve. Mr. Hudson, seconded by Mr. Hesslinger. Any questions about the school transfer? If not, we'll vote when the ladies get it ready. Should be able to vote at this time. That motion carried. Is that on yet? Thank you. 2, sanitation, anything? Okay. General committee? Nothing? Public safety?
We did meet, and we just talked about each committee member getting involved with the fire department and coming back to our next meeting, which is August the 1st at 6 p.m. Just to get information from them and bring it back so we can talk about substations and other things.
Okay. Any questions for the chairperson of that committee? All right. If not, purchasing unit. Matter report for county mayor.
I just have 2 items. Just the first item is that we did receive a report back from the Ball property, which we're planning to purchase. We had 11 to 14 years that we can land as is, added to the landfill. If we can excavate the rock out there, that's going to significantly increase that. So we plan to move forward, and those will be in your packets next month, along with the general summary, the executive summary, stating what I just told you all. So that'll all be given in your packets for next month. Just a little bit on that. That's the end of my remarks, and I would like to introduce Mayor Tradox and Chief Murray Schultz. They're going to be coming to address the issue on behalf of the city.
CLB. I wear several hats these days, but today I'm not wearing the hat of Mayor of City of Newport. I'm here representing the 9/11 board. Most of you probably know that Chief Short is the chairman of that board, but for some reason he elected to let me speak. In any case, most of you probably know that the current facility that we're looking at has pretty much outlived its usefulness. It's a facility that is crowded and just very noisy, and it's difficult for all of our employees to really do their job up there. Everybody here has a vested interest in E911, so we want to gauge your interest. We're not here to make a recommendation today, but we'd like to gauge your interest in maybe letting us acquire a piece of property that the county owns. So highway 411. Where we don't know the entire parcel. We have been looking for several years now since I've been on board. I know there've been proposals to try to purchase land to build a new facility for E911. This piece of property represents the best choice that we've found over the last several years. What it does, it's got a great proximity to the NU operations center, and it's located in an area that would be very proximate to some other facilities that would be very useful for that operation. So at this time, we'd just like to, as I said, if you want to gauge your interest in possibly selling a piece of that property. We're not interested in the entire piece of property. I think it's on the lower end of that plot that we're really interested in. And if you have any other questions, or if you'd like to see some paperwork on that, I'd be happy to provide that at your next meeting or through mail.
I just wanted to, I guess Mrs. Ashford probably know this better than radio lingo, that we have been talking to our radio people, and they call it line of sight and say that this tower can see this tower. If we get in that location, we can see English Mountain and we can see Hall's Top, which would bring all our interoperable communication within line with each other, and they then bounce signals off of each other. I'm not a radio man by any means, but I do understand line of sight, and when they say they're able to see each other, that means they're basically able to communicate with each other. And we have a repeater on English Mountain, several repeaters up there. And we also have a repeater system on top of Hall's Top. Which property is this? That's what we can get.
What reason I'm at, that's prime commercial property.
We have looked somewhere like about 5 acres, because what we're trying to do is have a facility that we can secure, have parking, and then when we have meetings and all those other things, be able to have places for everybody to come together. And of course, I don't know if y'all know where we're located in that building, but it used to be the Senior Citizen Center years ago, and it's right behind the ambulance service. And if you go in our radio room, it's landlocked. You have to take the cell and have to put another radio in there. And that's our goal, is to get a big enough piece of property where we make a big enough footprint. We don't want to build a 2023 building. We want to build so we can grow in the future as the demands grow. We want to be able to have radio terminals in the future. We want to be able to have dispatch terminals in the future. And we're just wanting to, I hate to say futuristic, but we want to build so that we can add on, continue on, and not landlock ourselves in one little building in one little space.
I'd say we're limited to in the areas that we can pick to do something like this.
It makes a lot of difference, and Pastor could tell you that the line of sight stuff, the direct signal, the tower, seeing tower, makes a world of difference.
As I said, we've been researching this for some time now. We've looked at several pieces of property, but this so far represents the best option for United.
Any other questions?
He's right, it being prime location, but this is so important to me to get this done right. We want to do it right instead of just settling somewhere. To me, for the public, this would be great.
And you've exhausted all your other options. I mean, let me get you, let me explain where I'm coming from. That's prime commercial property out there, and the county owns that property. And we've got a ton of properties. And what I'm getting at is, if we sell that piece of property, that's fine, I'm just throwing this number out there. Say we sell it for $1 million. Well, $1 million don't go far in county government. But if we could sell that piece of property to an investor that's going to build, say, a Waggles out there or something like that, well, that's sales tax revenue. That's the gift that keeps on giving years and years and years. And we need the money. I mean, we've got a lot of money issues. I mean, you just heard the lady about a road. I mean, we've got road issues. We've got jail issues. We've got a lot of issues. And I just, if we could generate sales tax money out there and property tax money off that property, I mean, to me, I'm just looking at it from a business standpoint.
And our goal would be to gauge your interest, to let you know that we are interested, that we're trying to move forward. And the way I understand that, that's not the only property that Cocke County owns, so we're not, be able to negotiate a different piece. We looked at that one, and because of our radio communications, that's tower seeing, tower line of sight stuff is what made us have the most interest in that.
I'm not trying to hold you back. I want everybody to do it. But, I'm just looking at it from a business standpoint. Because the county needs the money back. I mean, I've been on the budget committee this past year. I know what we got.
Anybody else got any questions for me? Well, I would, how does this committee want to handle this? We want to take it to a general committee and let the 911 board come to the general committee and let's discuss this and work something out, because I feel like we need to help in some way. And as you said, the county owns more property than they have. If that's not the board's pleasure, I would suggest that maybe Lucas involved, because he'll know how much interest they have in what properties and what the future holds for some of these properties.
Mr. Green. Jeff Green.
And at this point, I don't see why he would be involved at this point. But if we decide, to decide to sell something, he'd probably get involved. So, Mr. Vassar.
Mr. Schultz and Mayor, thanks for coming. Just to clear that, are you saying 5 acres? Am I hearing that correct?
I think that would be a sufficient footprint for us. We don't want to go any smaller because, when you start doing water runoff and parking and build your facilities, we'll have to have a radio tower that will have to be manufactured and put together there at that site. But and I promise y'all, we hammer this thing every way you hammer it. And one thing we're all dedicated to is not building an eyesore. We want to build something with a presentable facade, and we want something that be operational and functional, and something that we can continue to grow in and not landlock ourselves and then have to go somewhere, more property later because we have to expand.
Ms. Fletcher.
I was just going to ask if, when you come like to the general committee and those different properties that he's been talking about, maybe the mayor would know, could you sort of rank those in order, your first wish, second wish, third wish, and maybe we could talk about it like that? So this one would probably be your first, but we'd also like to look at like the second best or the third best, and maybe look at 3 different properties and go from there if that's.
We can get a list of properties, we would gladly.
I'm sure the mayor would help on that one. Yeah.
Of course, we just, my go-to is Mike Jenkins. I've known Mike since I started law enforcement 40 years ago. And I always say, Mike, will this work? Because he knows all all of that stuff. They got towers all over Sevier County, Cocke County, and I just called him and say, what about this? If I get this piece, will this work? And he'll tell me right quick, yeah, it'll work, or no, they can't see each other. We'll gladly look at any property that you all consider.
I just thought it would be better to have something to work from 2 or 3 different properties that might work if you talk to him and go from there. That's, we just sort of need, let's say, it seems like this one would be the first, but try to find 2 or, number 2 and number 3 and go from there and see where we can come up.
All right, we'll do that. Anybody got anything else? We'll move on. Any other questions? If not, thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Chief.
Appreciate y'all time. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, next in the matter of report from the county attorney.
So unfortunately, I did not get what I'm going to present to you until this past week. But I would ask that at this point we go into an executive session. So to do that, we'll have to vote to suspend the rules and then vote to go into executive session. So that
All right, we have a motion to suspend the rules. Let her get it on this. So we have it on record. All right, we have a motion by Galen and seconded by Jeff. Any discussion before we vote? If not, let's vote this time. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Mr. Chairman, would you please explain to the 6th District what it means to suspend, and we have no idea what this is.
Okay, what this is about is the county attorney has business that she needs to discuss with the CLB that the public will not be privy to. And so if we vote to suspend the rules to do that, at that point, I will ask the public to leave for a time being, and then we'll call the meeting back into order when she gets done.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Anybody else got any questions? If not, we'll vote at this time, please. All right, that motion passed. At this time, I'm going to ask the public to please leave. We're going to close this meeting. At this time, and we'll go into private session with our county attorney. And they'll come back after. Yes. Suspending the rules to handle this matter. At this time, I will ask for a motion from the board, Ms. Blazer, in a matter of approving to appropriate an appropriate amount to hire an attorney for the county business to handle this matter. And that motion's been made by Ms. Blazer, seconded by Mr. Esslinger. Is there any discussion? If not, we'll vote at this time. Is yours a yes?
I'll tell you later.
All right. All right, so that motion passed. Anything else?
That's all.
Thank you. In a matter report from county commissioners, opinion. Hearing nothing, the matter report from Cocke County Partnership.
Any questions? I don't have any major updates.
How's the industrial park going?
It's good.
Seen a lot of dust and a lot of dirt moving.
It's looking good now.
I actually rode it there today, it was really good. The site above the water plant really is good.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a good site.
It's a good site, and then, we're fixing to go into, contract B here for, too long, getting, we had enough cost savings in there, a little bit on junior, we got those, so we have to just have to get a budget for the state to, SDG committee to approve the amendment. And then, we do have to, we did that, based on this, so much money, we won't allow 20% difference, so, I don't know why we do it, but, good news is, we'll have that site, when you go up the hill on the right, that'll be graded out all the way to the end of the road.
Basically in front of the water plant.
That front, and the big one on the left, going up the road, that's the TV, haven't got, we're putting on the.
It looks good, they're doing a good job.
But we'll have that right off, and then we'll have the, money to also pay for two signs as well. You should be about wrapped up before Christmas, so what we're doing, how long it takes to sign. But, yeah, we're all very close. And we do have, we've had a couple of real good calls the last few weeks, on that one in particular, conversation with them were started on last Friday, and they're looking at South Florida. Myself, that. Let's see, for the bike trails, I've had some questions about that, where that's at in the process. We're basically at the end of NEPA, and the Forest Service is targeting after Wednesdays, last Wednesday's stakeholder meeting, committee meeting, regarding mid-August, for discussions on that, and hopefully the 30-day window beginning by the end of August on that, so that's early we can start collecting details on the show.
I had a call, well, three calls Friday. We had a pretty big explosion that shook all of our houses where we live on the Indian Hills. And people was freaking out a little bit, or at least some were. And I know the county's closed, so they're not blasting the rock on Fridays. Is Walton doing any blasting right now? Now, I guess it's a Michigan, there's a plane hit.
Could have been an earthquake.
Didn't sound very or something, I don't know, but it was pretty severe, and I thought it was blasting for rock.
Anyway, I'll let you check it.
That was the list, it could have been an earthquake.
Is there anything else before we go off the rails too far? Go ahead, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
Can you say where you elaborate on Project 8?
Project, what?
8.
8?
Was there an economic development? There are package we got, Project 8. Somewhere between like 100 West Silver multifamily homes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
We've got two of those right now, Jonathan, that's why.
Yeah, so that is, so you got two different, contractors looking at that, completely separate from one another. But, one's looking at a piece of property, actually, both of them have property under contract right now. And they're trying to steer the deals with their country, or they're gonna keep it or not. One's on, one's looking at 120 multifamily units, and they're looking at 150. Neither one of them are subsidized housing. They're just gonna put it in multi-family, multi-story, three-story complex on each one of them. And both of them are pre-qualified for funding from their. We've had 4 inquiries, 2 that got very serious about their, to the point where they're probably not.
You say individual homes or the cluster homes?
One is just looking strictly multifamily, the other is looking on the east side of the county, they're looking at a combination of both, so they'll have a
some of zero lot lines, you know, I guess.
Zero lot lines, and then they also, this company also specializes in higher end. Each property they're looking at, different, they can do a little bit of both. They're good builders from Highway, been from our neighbors. Good quality. Anything else?
Appreciate the job and getting both.
On another note, we got word this morning that the firehouse is going to be breaking ground on Monday.
All right, next thing on the agenda is a matter of report from priority ambulance service. A copy was, we have the copy. Any questions about that? Matter of report from Cocke County Beautiful. A matter of report from Cocke County Corrections Partnership Committee. New business, in a matter of approving resolution of entering into an energy efficient schools initiative loan agreement by the Cocke County School Board. And that copy was enclosed, and there was also information sheet. I'm assuming that most of you all got that. That will probably answer most of any questions you might have concerning that. If not, do we have a motion to approve that resolution? Motion by Mr. Virdal, do we have a second? Need a second. Okay, Jason. McMahon, we have a second. Okay, since we have motion and second, is there any discussion before we vote on it? Any questions about this resolution? Pleasure. Go ahead.
I see like the total cost on, is this what you all sent, okay, because is that the same as what the resolution is concerning? Okay, that's what I thought it was. So it's gonna cost close to $100,000 for the loan, is that right? Because it says project total cost was $27.76, the loan's $287,535, so it's about $100,000, is that right?
That's him on the school system side.
I just would want to know the interest is that, I mean, that'd probably.
Do we have a representative?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, that, there's,
Mr. Kelly.
I just wanted to know the project total cost, and here we're asking for, project total cost 2.7, this is 2.8.
We've got two gentlemen, I'm sure can answer any questions you might have.
Yes, thank you guys for asking us to come up. This is Trevor, these are Skilled Services, the company that is going to be doing the installation of the LED lighting for us. Again, this is a project that many school districts across the state are entering into. It's evaluated by 3 different entities. The talking points that I gave a few you handed out earlier. Number one, TVA evaluates it to determine, yes, it's a viable project and that it's no cost, that the current budgeted amount that we get appropriated to our maintenance of effort is enough to cover the cost and the savings then we will be able to see after the labor and the installation of material is over. Secondly, EESI evaluates it to determine, yes, this project, the current budgeted amount, will cover the cost of the project, so it's no new funds. And then third, the company that we contract with evaluates it to determine, yes, they also agree that this can be done with the budgeted amount. I've got Trevor here with Skilled Services to maybe answer more specific to that question.
That's all it was really, because it says project total cost was like 2.7, but then in the resolution it's like 2.8 something. So I just wondered if it was like difference, what was that difference? What did that mean? What's the difference?
2.776.
Yeah, it's on the notes was 2.776187, but in the resolution I'm looking at, it's 2,875,135. I mean, that's nearly $100,000 difference. I was just wondering.
2.776.
Am I looking at the wrong one?
Yeah, it's the same wording except we went down to 2 million.
So will that resolution be changed then, is what I'm asking? The 2.7 number is the correct, so this resolution that we vote on tonight will be 2.7 and not 2.8.
Finance director, you're gonna change it down to 277.
Okay, thank you.
Again, I've heard a couple of things about, I just talked about longevity and looking out for the future and making plans right now for trash compactors and sites that we can save us money over time. We're looking at the same thing. You know, what can I do today, 5, 6, 8, 10 years from now, that's gonna save our county money and money that's appropriated to us to be better stewards of that money. And I'm looking right now, $350,000, $400,000 a year just in energy efficiency. A few years from now, that 400,000 is gonna come into play for us. Very quickly, it's gonna come into play.
They come with a 10-year warranty on it, but we installed 10 years ago, they're still going strong, so.
You will apply this to that strip mall that we bought, is any of that going to
Everything that's owned by the board will eventually have LED lighting in it. And to that point, our maintenance department, all 7 of them, that cover 14 buildings in our county, anytime they change, anytime they do a lighting, they've been changing to LED. I've been here for 12 years working with the district office, and we've been doing it for that long. It just takes so much time for 7 people to try to manage this many buildings when we can look at this and in just a few months, we can start recouping this energy savings for our district, for our county, and start recovering this monetary value back a few years from now.
Can I just ask you a question?
Yes.
The ones that have already been replaced, does this count those in there, or are we gonna replace them all and start over with that 10-year warranty, or the ones that have been there for a few years, or are they still gonna continue to be?
We've got engineers going through buildings right now, evaluating every fixture.
Okay.
Should they see something, as we speak, should they see something that needs replaced by a better product, I would expect it to get replaced. If we've already replaced it with a good product, it's probably the most reason to work twice on it.
I just was wondering how that went.
All right, so clarify your motion, then your motion to approve the resolution, you want the resolution to read for the 2776817,
Yes,
correct?
Yes.
Instead of the
That's what they said.
Instead of 2.8. All right, and so that's good with your second, Mr. McMahon, right? Very good with that. All right, any other questions before we vote?
Mr. Kelly, I assume that you approve of this by being in front of this board.
I very much so, and again, I'm looking a few years from now. I'm not having to ask this body to increase the school district's funding in any way to make us perform cheaper in the future, to perform more efficient in the future. I think it's a win for both the board and for ours. And yes, I approve that.
Thank you.
I appreciate you with the past
Aye.
Friday.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. At this time, then, if no more questions, we'll vote. She's getting the verbiage in there for the right amount, and then we'll vote in a second. All right, you can vote at this time. All right, that motion carried. Next thing on the agenda is miscellaneous. Anybody have anything?
Just got a question. We had discussed, just going back to the previous CLB, and I'll just stay there for a minute, but did we not discuss some money or grant for handicap accessibility in some of our buildings? Do you remember anything about that?
I know we have an ADA transition plan, we budget a small amount every year to work on what we can with that money.
I just never heard anything from it.
Yeah, like, on last year, we paid the parking lot, added the correct amount of handicap spaces, correct spots, so that was what we did last year.
Okay.
So it's just kind of small, baby steps.
I was trying to keep up with it.
Yeah, and I know CJ has done some work in this building and the bathroom as well.
Anybody have anything else? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Ms. Blazer, second to Ms. Ford, all those in favor, we're just going to voice vote on this, say aye, please. Or you can vote on your machine. Thank you.